Krystle is a 2008 graduate of Winslow Township High School. After leaving Winslow, Krystle attended and graduated from Rutgers University, where she majored in broadcast journalism and Mandarin Chinese, and then studied abroad in Changchun, China. Krystle has worked as an award-winning podcaster, producer, and editor for the NFL Network, as a host of her own sports show in Los Angeles, as a news reporter and anchor in Baltimore, as a Christian fiction book and movie writer, editor, and director, and currently works in a top 20 market as a live morning news and sports anchor on Good Day Sacramento. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome home Jasmine Rich.
Congratulations to the Winslow Township High School class of 2018. Before I get too deep into starting, man, so much talent here. From the voices to the athletes. Where's girls track at? Girls track. To $10 million in scholarship. There is so much talent here. My name is actually Krystle Rich. But he got it close because some of you may know me as Jasmine Rich's, Miss Rich's daughter, who works right here in the high school. Now, this is not an unfamiliar stage to me. I graduated and was sitting where you guys were sitting exactly 10 years ago. I grew up in Arbor Meadows, jumping double dutch, playing at the Sickle Park, working at the corner Wawa, playing basketball and running track right here. So while I have just a few years on you, I'm right there with you, I get it. When I was asked to speak, I wanted to give my hometown a message that seems simple, but if you take this to heart, it will change the trajectory of your life. The message is you can make it. And I'm someone who likes to speak things into existence. So I want everyone here, graduating or not, on the count of 3, to say, I will make it. 1, 2, 3. Never, ever, ever, ever let that go. But let's dig deeper into this idea of making it. Making it is going to look different for every single person here. I want everyone under the sound of my voice to know, graduating or in the bleachers, that you have a great, phenomenal purpose here in this world. And if it were not true, you would not be on this earth no matter how you got here. Class of 2018, it is your great destiny in life to seek out your purpose, aka the reason that you are here, no matter what obstacles will stand in your way. Some of you may find it in your future career, some of you might find purpose in a hobby, but all of you will find purpose in what you're passionate about. And if you're sitting here thinking that purpose is not for me, let me tell you something. You don't have to be the valedictorian to have purpose. And can we please just give it up for our valedictorian one more time? Purpose is for everyone. Every single purpose. Purpose will not only create a meaningful life for you, but for every single person around you. Purpose is for the class clown. Purpose is for the athlete. Purpose is for the injured athlete, the A student, the B student, the F student, for the popular, the unpopular, and the graduate who couldn't walk today. Purpose is for everyone. Mistakes in life will not destroy your purpose. The only thing that can destroy your purpose is if you stop pursuing it. How many track runners here today? Let me see your hands.
How many what? Huh?
Track. Only a couple? Okay, I see more hands over here. I want to tell you a story about one of the biggest lessons that I learned here at Winslow outside the classroom, and it happened to happen on the track. I was coached by the legendary Barry Jackson, who is somewhere here at this graduation, and I was obsessed with the 400 hurdles. But I also ran the 800, and to be honest with you, that was not my best event. The 800 is 2 laps around the track. There is the fast group in the front, the middle group that's kind of average, that's where I was, and the people that trailed behind. And I always seemed to be stuck in that middle pack. Now, after running 1 lap and being in the middle at Cherry Hill West, I thought this is pretty normal. This is where I always am. But as soon as that thought came to my mind, I said to myself, Krystle, why are you keeping up with the middle pack when you're not even tired? As soon as that thought came to my mind, I took off, I ran past a herd of runners, made it all the way to the front, and that to this day is my fastest 800 time. Now there are 2 points that I want you to take away from that story. Number 1 is don't run with the pack. Remember, each of you has a great individual purpose that is different from the person sitting next to you, different than your friends, different than even your best friend. Running with the pack and doing everything they do will ultimately slow you down. If you run with the pack, you'll start to think like the pack. And get this, nothing kills a unique purpose like a common mindset. Your dream is yours. Your dream is yours. It belongs to nobody else. Sometimes you have to run solo, like I did when I graduated from Rutgers and I studied Putonghua, Mandarin Chinese. I didn't have a friend in the class, but I knew that was something that I wanted to do for myself. That extra little push will take you to new heights. That little extra could be staying an hour later in the library to study. An extra 5 minutes on the field in your sport. Showing up early. Showing up on time is regular. That's what you're expected to do. Staying later. And sometimes it might just be a prayer even when you don't feel like praying. Purpose is for the persistent. It's not for the lazy. In my career thus far, I was able to do some really cool things. I worked at the NFL Network in Los Angeles. I then hosted my own sports show in Los Angeles. I reported on the Baltimore Ravens, the Washington Redskins, the San Francisco 49ers, and our Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Despite my last name being Rich, I was not raised rich. I was raised just like you guys were. And if I can make it, then you can make it. But there are 2 things that I was raised to be rich in. That's faith and the hustle mentality. I want everyone today to adopt those 2 principles. Faith. See, most people, they will just tell you their success story. They're not going to tell you about the hard times they have to endure to get where they are today. It takes faith. Faith in yourself, that you are good enough, that you are smart enough, faith in your dream, faith in God, faith in uncertainty when you don't have enough money, resources, or power. Now, since I heard that big Eagles cheer, let me take you to one of my favorite faith moments. With Super Bowl MVP, Nick Foles. I need every single person here to have Nick Foles' faith. Foles was about to quit playing football the year before the Super Bowl. When things weren't going his way, can you imagine if Nick Foles quit? Can you imagine if he quit before he won Philadelphia our first Super Bowl title in franchise history that I had the pleasure of going to? Imagine though, if he quit. You are the closest to your dreams when everything seems like it's going wrong. Don't give up. You may have learned here in your 4 years that no one is immune to hard times. You just have to have a little bit of faith, like Nick Foles. Smile through the hard times, because hard times is proof that you have a purpose, and oftentimes purpose is hidden in hardship. You know what else Nick Foles did? He called his own play. Who remembers the Philly special? When Nick Foles, who is a quarterback, caught a touchdown pass. It was right before halftime and the Eagles were up by only 3 points. Where the football players at? Where the football players at? Football is my favorite sport. Traditional judgment would tell you play it safe. take a knee. Don't do anything to blow it. But Nick Foles wowed everyone with a play that he called to Doug Peterson. It wasn't just an exciting play, it was a risky play. I want everyone here today to call a play. That play is called perspective. Perspective is a daily decision to choose how you look at things, good or bad. It's easy for everyone to smile when things are going well, but choose to smile when things aren't going according to plan. No one understands hard times while you are going through it. Why did that breakup have to happen to me? Why did that injury have to happen to me? Why didn't your dream college accept you? But if you change your perspective and know that purpose is behind it, the rejection will become protection, and you will be in the process of being perfected. If you know the biblical story of Jonah, he was swallowed by a whale for 3 days. That must have been the worst 3 days of his entire life. But that worst 3 days, if it wasn't for those days, he would have died in the ocean. Change your perspective from this day forward. Now let's talk about the hustle mentality. And I'm not talking about the hard ER hustler. I know you guys just are about to graduate, but we're not spelling it properly today, not hustler. We're talking about the hustler mentality. Diamonds get made when there is pressure. When it's hard, you have to hustle harder than anyone else in your class, anyone else in your job. That is how you get to purpose. Nothing is going to stop a starving wolf from eating. And when I look out, I see a bunch of hungry wolves about to graduate, hungry for purpose, hungry for education, hungry to make it to the next level. You just finished your first meal called high school, and now it's time to start plotting on your next meal. Always have that attack plan that has you thinking about your future. If you had even 1 ounce of laziness in high school, leave it behind right now. If you were a C student and you know, if you tried just a little bit harder, you could have been a B student. Even if you were an A student and you got complacent, just a little more effort, you could have been an A+ student. The true hustle starts right now. Mark Zuckerberg launched Facebook from his dorm room. He is a hustler. I'm a sports reporter, so I have to make these sports references. LeBron James was titled The Chosen One in high school. He was a hustler. Be in love with the hustle. Be in love with the process even more than the destination, because that's where you learn all your life lessons. Get creative. Use your imagination. Imagination is not just for children. That's where purpose lives, especially when resources are few. Instagram, which some people might be somewhat addicted to today, that started out as an idea in someone's head, and that person had the audacity to hustle and to make it happen. 2 things, though, will try to rob you of your creativity and your imagination, and that is anxiety and that is fear. Anxiety will have you worried about things that did not even happen yet to rob you of your creativity. Will I fit into college? Will I find a job after I graduate high school? Will I understand my professors? Anxiety knows that if it can get you to create fear in your mind, then fear and creativity cannot simultaneously exist in your mind. It's either one or the other. You cannot have both. Creativity leads to purpose. Fear leads to nothing. Change that lie in your mind that says, I'm not good enough, to what if my ideas change the world? This is the Y2K generation. Ideas from this generation have already changed the world. Love the journey, love the fire, love the conflict, love the struggle, because all your ups and downs in high school led you to this beautiful day full of purpose, and to let you know that you have a bright future. I like to think of my dreams as mission impossible. It's hard. It is hard trying to be a sports reporter, and I didn't have someone to look up to when I was at Winslow who also was a sports reporter. That's why I like to think of it as mission impossible. I'm going to make my dreams happen by any means necessary. Be a dream chaser starting today. Our favorite Philly rapper, Meek Mill, even said in his song, Dream Chasers, dream chaser, keep chasing. Your grind will turn into your shine. Be patient. Never let go of your hustler mentality. Because I love my hometown so tremendously much, I also want to give you some practical advice if you chose to go to college, and I don't want to just inspire you. I didn't start reporting after college. I joined the Rutgers University Television Network, and I interned at ESPN in college. Number one, do not leave college without any experience, without an internship. Future employers want to hire someone who has experience. Number two, have the most fun in college. Celebrate, be lit, turn up, be safe though, and also remember, be intentional as to why you're there. Graduating in 4 years is hard. Pick your major as soon as possible, talk to your counselors, and map out your courses. Number three, and this is so important, if you cannot find opportunity, create it. That is why your generation is so great, because our generation, we create opportunity when we can't find it. My first time reporting on the Eagles isn't after I graduated high school, it was in college. I couldn't find an internship that was open, so I created my own. I took a camera to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and I started reporting and doing stand-ups. That was my internship that year. Number four, dress for success. I probably got in the most trouble in high school for the dress code because my legs are so long and the fingertip thing, I couldn't put it together. It wasn't working. But that doesn't work in the real world. Take pride in your appearance and dress up for interviews, even if you're just going to work at Wawa, which I did work at. 9 times out of 10, your employer will also assume that you take pride in your work ethic. Number 5, let your work ethic stand out. Don't let anyone out hustle you from this day forward. That is how you get opportunities in life. And lastly, be kind to all people. That's a big one in the age where people talk about bullying. Be kind to all people. Respect the little guy just as much as your boss. Respect the janitor just as much as your professor. Because you never know who's going to have your back at the end of the day. And you guys have learned that, it sounds like, being just here at Winslow. Each and every single one of you is filled with purpose. Walk in that purpose and don't you dare ever give up on your dreams. Ever. Class of 2018, congratulations.